Good morning.
Oh, network issue detected. That's awesome. That's exactly what you want to see when you go live. Sound is on. We are live. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, happy Tuesday/Monday.
I moved the camera thinking Michael was only going to pop in for a little bit, and then he came and sat down right before I went live, so it's on me.
Well,
it was on where I was seated, and now I'm squished over into my corner.
I am only making a cameo appearance today.
Oh, yeah. So hi. Let's. Oh, careful. There's a clip there.
There's a clip there, and it hurts.
And it hurts. Let's say hi to everyone. Hi, Laurie, Yvonne, Laura, Elizabeth, Holly. That's not our Holly. That's a different Holly. Sherelle, Erin, Anna. Just Us Girls Crafting.
That's Trisha.
That is Trisha. Yep. Kelly. Janique. Yep. Marcy, Diana, Helene. Wow, there's a lot of people here today. Caroline, I was worried that if I had it today, can you turn your phone on silent?
I can.
My goodness. Otherwise, that'll go off every 5 minutes. Erin, Diana, Eileen, Sherelle. Yeah, I was really worried that that people wouldn't join today. Destiny, good morning. Marisol, Tamika, Ash. Wow, there's some new people too. I haven't seen some of these names before. Tracy, Katie.
There you go. Something about Tuesdays.
I think I got everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome. It's Tuesday. We usually do these on Monday. I also think that because there was daylight savings change as well in various places in the world.
Yes.
So we're now are we later? Earlier? Later.
Well, we're at the same time because we don't have daylight
savings. No. But for other, I think in the US we're now later in the evening. In the UK we're still in the middle of the night. I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Yeah, my new desk and clock. Yeah, I'm changing it all up. I'm trying to make it easier. As you can see, I've sort of got a little, or maybe you can see, I've got a little section here which I'm going to be doing set up so I can Instagram a little bit easier. So trying to make life just a little bit easier. Yeah. How about I let Michael do his update?
2 a.m. in the UK is the hot tip.
2 a.m. Oh, hi Rachel. Thanks for the dedication.
Yeah.
Although I hear that some places are thinking about scrapping daylight savings.
I don't know.
Yeah. We used to live, I grew up with it and I prefer not to have it.
Get up early, go for a run, stay awake till you're tired, go to sleep. Easy.
Why don't you do your updates and I'll finish my coffee.
All right then. Sam prefers to get up close as possible to midday.
Hey, it's because I do my best work late at night.
Fair enough.
I know, really.
So I'm only going to stay for a short while this morning. I might come back for Q&As later, but I just wanted to give a few really quick updates. So I think from a shipping of kits from book lover 2 back, everything should be with people by now. The special orders that you place through the Go Wild sale again should mostly have shipped. I say mostly because the situation in Hong Kong and China is ever changing. I wouldn't say precarious. I would just say that it's frequently changing.
It really is at the moment.
So for those who don't know, the Chinese government and Hong Kong government are still pursuing COVID-0 as a strategy, which means they're still doing lockdowns and all of those kind of things. At least that's my read on what they're doing and what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So that means that our product out and our receiving are impaired. So the Dream Chaser stuff, we were expecting that to dispatch last Friday, but it hasn't because it hasn't arrived because they're locking down.
Yay.
Of course, if it was coming here and we were dispatching from here, the same thing, we wouldn't have been able to get it out. So
this is my impressed face, can you tell? We got back on track.
We're back on track and then COVID.
I feel like we can't catch a break. But you know what I am thankful for? I am thankful for the fact that people received a whole bunch of goodies to show that, we are still sending stuff out. It is going out from the new warehouse. The warehouse is doing a fantastic job. You've also been working really hard on the mailers with them and making sure everything is as smooth as possible.
Yep.
So I was at least glad that people got a whole bunch of goodies to show that, because I think, especially for some new people, it's really nerve-wracking.
It's a leap of faith.
It really is. And we really appreciate people who have been subscribers with us for so long to, let the newbies know, oh, it's okay. They're okay. They're not dodgy. So I'm glad at least that a whole bunch of stuff came out. And then, from a personal crafter point of view, I'm really glad that happened because everybody's going to have so much to play with.
Yeah.
That if, hopefully the lockdowns don't last long, but that at least there's something for everyone to play with. And we're working on some digital kits and things like that too. So we got your back, Jack.
Yeah. So the Dreamfest at this point, it looks, well, I mean, they can't even give us a date as to when they're going to reopen. So we don't really know. We're kind of beholden to those decisions.
Yeah.
I will keep you updated, and I will be sending out an email to the affected subscribers probably tomorrow because time is quickly slipping away from me today.
Yeah.
So Charmaine's asked a question about people who didn't receive kits. We were sending replacements. Yes, that situation hasn't changed. There are some people as well who may have received kits that had components missing. So the new warehouse is much better from what we've seen at not forgetting things than we were. Because that's
well, they get paid based on that, right?
That is true. That's not my strength. So yes, the new warehouse is is better at those sorts of things. But if something hasn't arrived, please let me know. Of course, tracking. I have to wait for the tracking to show not delivered or lost or something like that. Well, not that it's going to show lost, but it's more that we have to wait.
There's a certain amount of days.
Yeah.
After. So what I think that was like 30 or something days, 30 business days.
I
21 business days.
I think because of COVID, they've changed the definitions because there can be these sort of random lockdowns.
Yeah.
So it's I think it's even like 40 business days.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? When the last time this sort of lockdown hit, I was waiting on a sub from another planner business. I received it 3.5 months after.
Yeah.
It arrived perfectly. It just took 3.5 months. So yeah, I mean, hopefully nothing takes that long.
I hope not.
But I was shocked and it was funny because it was the one that I was really excited for too.
Yeah.
But it arrived. Yeah, exactly. It arrived, and it's a really good lesson in patience, especially when you want to play with goodies.
Very true.
It's very difficult.
Very true. So we don't. So the replacements and stuff, you just need to drop me a note through the customer service desk, and we will sort that out for you.
I love this comment from Heather. I totally understand the issues, but I'm not complaining, but I'm beginning to hate Secaucus, New Jersey.
Yeah. So Secaucus, the Secaucus update, sometimes it is. So they're a major sort of thoroughfare hub.
Is that like a Shula for us?
Yes. So sometimes it is an issue where they've just got lots to sort through and they're having rolling staffing problems, like the rest of the world. Sometimes, like Holly pointed out, it's not that they physically haven't received it yet. So the process is that a barcode is generated and that barcode assumes it's already at that point.
Yeah.
And the tracking, the way that they word the tracking notifications is suitably ambiguous that it's very difficult to work out whether it actually is or isn't there.
Yeah.
But we agree. Secaucus is... I'm not going to visit Secaucus, New Jersey whenever I go there.
Nope. Every time I hear about it though, because the way my brain is, I keep playing Hamilton, New Jersey jokes in my head every time somebody mentions Secaucus. It's just funny.
So Vicky's just put a comment about having to sign for packages. I've replied to you by email a couple of times, Vicky. I don't know if it's getting lost in your spam or what it is.
Yep.
But the signature on delivery is an option that we don't at this point have the ability to unselect with our shipping provider. The reason that they use it is it's just they ensure every package that goes out, and it's a measure that they want to put in place for for orders when they can.
Mm.
I think it's different in different countries, but what they've told me at least is that it's just a broad thing.
Mm.
I have asked if we can specifically unselect it, but I have not had an affirmative answer on that yet.
It's probably because they may have had people saying it's delivered, that their tracking says it's delivered, and people are saying it hasn't.
It's because they're insuring it, so
they don't want to lose money on stuff that's been delivered.
Yes.
But I know, like, from a customer point of view, it can be annoying when you hope that they just leave it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw this. Do you want to answer this one?
I know you question. Will. I will, because we spoke about that moments ago.
We did. We have some good news.
So I'm going to load those onto the site as soon as I go that way.
Yeah.
And usually it takes about half an hour or so to populate through.
Yeah.
I'm also loading to the site this morning.
Yep.
Not this one, because this one's yours.
That one's mine. Yeah.
If I how much could I sell this for? Firstly, no, I can't. I'd get killed.
A marriage.
In my sleep. Oh, it's all it's worth to you, is it? Planner.
No, that's mine. I didn't get to go. I at least get to keep my planner.
Right. We're going to play what's worth more, planner or husband. Apparently, planner.
You're preaching to the wrong crowd. They'll fall on my side, I'm sure.
I'd trade you for a TT bike, but that's like 20 grand right there. No, I wouldn't. That's silly. Why am I saying? Shush, Michael. Shush. Be a good one. Not a cheapie like I can afford, like a proper one. Like Pro would ride. Disc wheel and everything.
Anywho.
Yeah, so those bundles will go on the site today. I haven't told Sam this, but so the bundles are one copy of...
You know that my anxiety levels, I need to have like an anxiety meter. Oh, I haven't told Sam this.
So it's one of the planner, 3 of the sticker sheets, 3 of the tall notepad, and 3 of the angled notepad, because those consumables are super handy.
Yeah.
So that's the bundle. They're fixed bundles, and that would normally retail for, just quick math in my head, $250. That's going to go for $160. I know.
Wait, say that again.
So,
because I was reading comments about people going, them fighting words, Michael, and awkward.
The Melody Planner plus 3 of the weeklies.
Yep.
Plus 3 of the angled notepads.
I can't math this quick.
3 of the tall notepads is normally $250.
That's quick math.
We'll list it. It's not. I did it before.
Oh.
We're going to list it for $160.
Wow, that's
Yeah, good deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just want to get them out.
There's only a few left, which is why we've set those bundles as set bundles, and I can't alter what's in and what's out. And please, if you, it's not a classic, it's just a B6. If you purchase that, please purchase it on its own rather than with other things, because that ships from here. Everything else will ship from Hong Kong.
Yep. And we've already done a huge deal on the package.
Yeah, that'll.
And if we do anything else, we'll end up losing cash because of the shipping costs from the warehouse.
That's true, but it will also terribly confuse Hong Kong.
Yeah,
because they
won't
have any of that other stuff.
Yeah.
So that will be problematic. So please just check that one out on its own.
Yeah.
And then you're good to go.
So that's on the way.
So that's, I just literally have to click a thing to make that go live. But there's only a few of them left, like Sam said.
Yeah. So that's going to go live?
Well, within 10 minutes of me walking out. What?
Do you remember what we said?
Get out of here, buddy.
No. Do you remember what we said about me letting people know? Because there's so many people who want it, and I've had people messaging me for the last couple of weeks.
Oh, well, you're the boss. When do you want it to go live, boss?
Okay. Could we? I like that. Would this time tomorrow be okay? So that way I can go into the Go Wild group, let people know, or at 10 a.m. tomorrow or something like that. Or does it have to be today?
No, can be whenever.
Okay, let's do 10 a.m. tomorrow, so that way I can let people in the Go Wild Plannerheim group know that it's happening.
All right.
And that way it gives everybody even
Got that, everybody?
an even chance.
2 hours and 17 minutes ago, but tomorrow.
In the future. Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah. That way everybody's notified. I can let everyone know. People can, because I've got people who I have to tell who are then going to tell their people.
It's one of those my people will talk to your people kind of situations. All right, that's very complicated.
Yeah, and I don't want them to come at me because they missed out. Because I've forgotten to tell someone. Whereas I can just spam everyone after this live saying tomorrow 10 a.m. and not get in trouble by anyone. It's so difficult because I don't want anyone to miss out because of me. Seriously.
Okay. I've just noticed the background's in focus really well, but we're not. We keep going in and out of focus.
Well, this is because we are in focus. See, but if I go forward, it's actually
Sam's got an upgraded camera.
So I'm using not an upgraded camera. I've gotten my baby camera. What do we call it? The Cricket now.
The mini Cricket.
The mini Cricket from Mini Bike, yeah, because it's got my professional level lenses on it now because I bought an adapter.
Looks ridiculous.
And it looks so much clearer. I was actually looking at that before. That's why I keep looking over here. I'm like, oh, look at how much better it looks.
So Tamika suggested that I put a note in the listing, and I have, but people sometimes don't read.
Well, most of the time.
I don't read.
I don't read it.
I see the pictures and I'm like, yeah, I want that.
It's the excitement. Yeah. The excitement hits and you're like, yes!
Yeah.
But we've got in big red letters. And I think actually we can do a link that adds it to cart and checks it out? We can do that. I'm sure we can do that in Shopify. Because that's a better way of doing it, and I can just post that link.
Well, you know more about it than me, clearly.
Oh, well, we'll take that offline and work about that later. Sounds good.
All right, then.
Go team.
Go team. So, that's probably it for me. Oh, except to say that...
oh, yeah.
Just very, very quickly, because today's really about previewing Sweetheart.
It is.
But thank you very much to the people who have supported us on our new venture and ordering. And I'm pleased to say that those orders have all been pushed through, and I reckon some of you will get them this week.
Yeah, like Tabitha's. So Tabitha is one of my wild friends. And she had a couple of friends who pushed through really early orders for us to make sure...
Just to test.
That the system was working okay.
Crash test dummies.
Yes, literally. To make sure that, especially the custom stuff, because there was so much behind those, which is one of the other reasons why there was only a few customs on the website. We didn't want to put through a whole bunch and then have issues with them and then have to start all over again. But I think she received some of her stuff or most of her stuff within 3 days.
Yeah,
3 or 4 days.
And then there was the classic husband miscommunication of something's in the mailbox, but he didn't check that particular mailbox.
It happens.
I would do that. I'd be like, I got it all. There can't be more stuff, right?
I've done it myself.
Why would there be more stuff? There's already this big bag.
Exactly. Just while we're chatting on that. So
yeah.
I think right now would be a really good opportunity to explain how that's a different business, how shipping for that works and how the products sort of work.
Oh, yeah.
So notable is we've been wanting to do merch since, actually, I found the preview of it in a PA Live the other day. It was from the start of 2020 when we did, I think Books and Botanicals was going to be one of the first ranges on it. So we've been wanting to do it ever since then. A notable is separate. We have a friend, Holly, who is also our amazing artist.
She's our artist.
One of our artists, yeah. And she was on our live last week. Last week?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So if you want to see a little bit of behind the scenes, go and watch that. That was Holly's first live.
Yeah.
So we're trying to convince her to come back for some more. It is a little bit daunting the first time. Anyway, so notable is a separate merch store, but sells Planners Anonymous stuff through it. So it's still us. It's not like PA where PA has a
PA's got a warehouse with stock, and we're buying everything in advance, and then it ships out to you.
Whereas Notables, it's a print on demand, which means that they literally print to order.
Yeah, you order it and it gets made just for you.
Yeah.
But the benefit is the partners that we're working with have facilities across the US, Europe, and for some items in Australia.
Yeah.
And they're produced wherever's closest and easiest.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, for example, if you're ordering this throw rug and you live in the States, it will get produced and printed in the States.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And if you live in Europe, it gets produced in Europe.
Yeah. And that's so the way one of the downsides of it is that because we're not mass producing products, they're quite a higher cost, which means we're not able to discount on things like we are with PA. But the advantage of that is you can get, like, I can't wait for mine to arrive. You can get like a jacket or a mug specifically with your name on it and your mini and your completely custom mini. And like designing that was so much fun. And I got to geek out and nerd out a little bit. So yes.
A little bit.
Okay, a lot. So yeah, the costs on that are higher, which is why we're not able to discount like what we are on PA. But it's completely custom. It's something for you. It's literally one of a kind. Like a one of a kind jacket for you.
And I've seen some of the messages too. Some of them are super inspiring.
Oh, they're so sweet. I got a little bit teary on one of them.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. And the other thing is, like, when Michael was mentioning how the shipping works, the other thing with that is that means that what is a shipping cost for one person isn't the same for the next.
Yeah.
And it live updates, so we don't make anything on the shipping.
The shipping we're just passing straight through. So, for instance, to ship this to Australia, I think is like $16 or $17. It's kind of expensive.
Yeah.
To ship this to the US is also kind of expensive. It's like $12, I think.
But Europe's quite cheap, isn't it? Is
no,
it
Europe's about the same. So everyone is expensive. It's because of what it is. So some of them are rather expensive to ship. Others are a little bit easier, like a shirt, for instance.
Well, some people were saying that some items only had like $3 or $4 shipping.
Yeah, like a shirt to the US.
Yeah, so like it all depends on what you order, where it comes from, and the thing is too, like the website, I don't think it says where it comes from, because if one of the suppliers is out of stock of something, it'll default to the next one, and there's so much logic in the background of it.
For example, ordering from Australia this throw blanket.
Blankie.
Yeah,
soft
I would
blankie.
call it a throw blanket. Anyway, that for Australians, that would normally come from the US. When we ordered our samples, that came from Europe.
Yeah.
Purely because the US at that particular time were either had a large order on or they're out of stock. So it really depends on kind of a lot of things as to where it's going to come from, which means shipping costs vary, which is why rather than us just putting a blanket on shipping, we had to go with just passing on whatever the shipping cost actually is. So if you see high shipping costs, please don't think it's us taking advantage and trying to charge through charge like winded bulls. We're literally just passing on costs.
Yeah.
But really, all I wanted to say on that all was thanks for your support.
Yeah.
While we get to it, and we're looking forward to seeing how that business grows on its own. But for us, really, the core focus is always and has always been planners, because that's Sam's passion.
Baby.
That's right.
That's my baby.
And we want to make sure that you're feeling that, but certainly doesn't mean we don't appreciate your wonderful support on that new venture as well.
Absolutely.
And Katie, on your question, I'll have to talk to Sam and Holly about that. But
we haven't had that discussion. I mean,
I would think, because if you buy Harry Potter fabric, you can sell that stuff.
Well, actually, there's a weird grey area on some of that as well. Like people do, but I know that people have gotten in trouble for that.
Because lawyers, man.
Copyright and IP.
Anyway, so that's that. I'm going to get and add Australiana, Country Cottage, and Book Lover too to the shop.
Yeah. Thanks, Aline.
My pleasure, Aline.
Yeah.
I'm going to go add those to the store, and then I'll come back later for Q&A.
Yeah.
Unless you finish by then, but let's face it, you'll be still talking. Till you get hungry.
Till I get hungry.
Do you call it breakfast or lunch?
Brunch. 11sies at 2sies. Onesies? No, that's even better. I could do onesies and onesies.
You could. You'll still be talking at one there. It's 12:27.
Maybe. Maybe. Oh, I can see the time in the background.
Yeah.
I
Right.
couldn't see that before.
I'm out. I'm gonna leave you with Sam.
It's my
She's got some sweet art previews, and I guess that because of sweet art, I'm hoping you've all got some delicious food nearby.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. See ya.
See ya. Oh, careful.
Yeah, that's right. That hurts.
Yeah. It'll be gone as soon as I get my covering. Okay. Oops. Careful.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it's just. That's quick. Okay. Yeah. So we are super, super excited about all the things that are happening here. Whoa, it has been a huge couple of weeks. Trying to think before I jump into the sweet art. There was one other thing that I wanted to say, and now I cannot remember. Nope, it's gone. Okay, let me jump in. Chelsea, you can ask your question in the Q&A. Michael and I haven't actually had a chat about that yet, so yeah, we'll find that out soon. Okay, so let's have a chat about our next kit. So is my mic still on? Yes, it is. So the next kit is sweet art. I honestly loved this kit. So this was only meant to be a digital kit, which was for Valentine's Day. Came out a bit late because I've been constantly overwhelmed lately. Once I saw how everybody was using it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really, really need to turn this into a full kit. Laurie, we did the whole Dreamcatcher previews. I can show them after, but I have definitely shown. That's what I wanted to talk about. Okay, before I jump into the full amount of previews, focus, Sammy, focus. So one of the things that we're changing is the way that we do previews for our kits. So previously we would do them on Instagram, and then we would we'd show them in the lives first, and then they'd trickle down through Instagram. One of the things that we're changing is, so we're not going to put the brand new previews up on Instagram anymore, and I'll explain why in a second. We are going to be we're going to be doing like blocks of highlighting kits. So it could be that we're showing off, like, for example, we might do a poolside week, and we'll do, a whole bunch of poolside products, as well as what everybody's making with poolside. So, and we're going to be using our amazing stylists stuff on our Instagram feed, as well as if you use the hashtag PA Show and Tell, you may get messaged to ask if we can use that on our Instagram and on our website. So, because we're finding that people don't know about all the past bits and pieces that we have, and now that we've got the digital kits as well, we just want to really highlight the amazing creations that people are making with our past kits as well as our current ones. So that's how the Instagram feed is going to change. It also makes it a little bit less overwhelming for me because it has been a lot. Social media is just the requirements for business owners has been insane over the last 2 years. So we're trying to make that step back a bit so that we can make it a bit more manageable. So then the question is, where does the previews go? So the previews go where they should go. They're going to be on our website, because not everybody has Instagram, not everybody has Facebook, not everybody will sit down and watch a 2-hour live. So we're going to have on that subscription page and the page for the kit, I think it is. Well, it's definitely going to be on the subscription page, but like a little album showing the previews of what that kit is. Actually, I might chuck it into the blog. As you can tell, I'm still working through it. It'll probably be a blog post then with a link. Anyway, it will be on the website. It'll be easy to find. I'll make sure of that. But that way, it's much easier to sort of link back through. Pardon me. Normally I've got Michael here to like take over when I need to have a drink. So so that way there'll be an easy place to find it. We'll roll it out. This is sort of like stage one. Okay, sorry, there was a bug on the door. I'm like, is that inside the house or outside? This is sort of like stage one of the things that I wanted to do with the website. And yeah, like Katie said, those Instagram previews we were doing were intense. It was a lot. So that's changing to make that a little bit easier. So yeah, that brings me to my next point, Holly. You've sort of, oh, where's my mouse? There it is. I'll just bring this up from Holly. So that's the next step. So a few months ago, we changed over our email provider, well, not provider, but our email app. And so while we're still wrapping our heads around that, that's the great thing about Notable. Like, we've been able to experiment a little bit more on that side with new tech, because our the PA website is currently like, it's been band-aided so many times. It needs a really good upgrade, but website upgrades are timely and expensive, and something that we just don't have the ability to do at the moment, because I do it and I'm busy designing. So we've been sort of having a play with Notable, and we're going to use a lot of those learnings across back to PA. One of the things that we want to do is to be able to show previews, email out the customer base and let everybody know, hey, this is the next kit. Here's the previews. Something that it's actually really hard to do with PA because of how it's set up and how the subscription is set up, to make sure it goes out to the right people. I'm not going to bore you with that whole technical side, but that is something that we are absolutely working on, because we do want to make it easier to show everybody what we're working on here. Hence the whole change on how everything's sort of set up, because we want to make it easier. Okay, so that being said, I will still be doing previews in this YouTube live, because I love showing things off live. Like, there is nothing that compares to showing something and getting that semi-instant, I'm saying semi-instant because it's like there's a 30-second delay, but feedback on what I'm showing. And a lot of the times, like, seeing your feedback come through has directly impacted the design of a couple of kits after, because I design in advance. Anyway, let me show you some of the bits and pieces for Sweet Art. Now, I have not got the sticker book in here because I want to show you that next week. I have made a few changes based on some feedback. I'm just waiting for my suppliers to confirm something before I share that. So glad we're not losing the live review. Yeah, that'll never change. I really, really appreciate the time that people spend to watch these. And I get really excited myself. This is like my one chance to consistently interact with everybody. I keep trying to make the Zoom meets, but I get so busy, or it's like really early in the morning. And by really early in the morning, I mean before 11 a.m. when I can think straight. So yeah, these are still going to be a thing. Okay, let me show. Okay, let's go back to the previews. So Sweet Art, yeah, we've got this cute little sweet shop. I am just absolutely digging on this. The art and welcome card. This art card is probably one of my favorite ever art cards. Like, I love it. And you know what? If you don't want to keep it, you could always give it to a friend, or you could frame it and give it to somebody as a gift. Like, it's just something really pretty. And it's got, you are so sweet. Okay, so then we're onto the papers. So we've got that yummy cookie paper with a whole bunch of the cookies. We have this like sweet, I'm trying to think of names for them as I go. But this like a whole bunch of just yummy, peachy, florally meringues and cakes and yum. Is anybody else hungry? I'm hungry. And then we've got the donuts, and I think of this, it's like it's on a wooden bench, but on the cooling rack, you know, where you do the drizzle and everything like that. Yum, 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 yum. Drippy, droppy dribbles. And then we've got the vellum and the acetate. Now, I know it's the acetate there is showing as a silver. It's actually a gold. So the color for this kit is a gold foil. Lol, I was literally just typing ooh about the sticker book. Okay, and then we're onto the stickers. So yeah, I'm loving this too. That sort of lovely muted yumminess. We've got that macaroon stack, and there's just so many really gorgeous details on it. Be right back, finding sweets. Katie, relatable post. The stamp set. So the stamp set, oh, so excited. May need to Uber some donuts right now. You are my peoples. Okay, so the stamp set is a layered stamp, and I've sort of made it thicker in parts so that you can use, like, if, for example, if you wanted to, you could ink up the stamp set with like a dark grey and then sort of like bleed that in if you wanted with watercolor. I am so super excited to play with this. I did semi-similar on the Dreamcatcher. And then the washi. Oh my goodness, the washi was so much fun. So of course I had to go with these cookies because I am loving these cookies. The macaroon stack. Macaroon? I'm having flashbacks to when I did the Treat Yourself kit because I think I had that same problem with knowing what to call it as well. Macaron? Macaroon? Yummy, sugary. They're not even biscuits. What are they? Sweets? Anyway, I'm so excited for that, and that can be used vertically or horizontally. Next up, we have the pen. And yeah, as you can see, it was inspired by that gorgeous like wedding cake that I've made there in the background. There's a sneak for the book, and the additional papers. And the additional papers has the scene. So it's like a laneway with like this giant, gorgeous, the sweet art shop. The second one is that macaroon stack. And the last one is a gorgeous stacked floral. And they're actually so they're like gerbras and and strawberry flowers. So because strawberries have really cute flowers. So yeah, that's the previews. I am. I love this comment by Tamika. Nadelia, yeah, get your ink sets ready. I cannot wait. The cookie washi is amazing. The stamp set, yeah, I'm so excitable. Katie, I guess you're saying that washi feed me. I love it. Love the mini. Yes. There is a lot in there. Yes, some eagle-eyed people saw some previews of the kit after. I love when people find little things that I've hidden and stuff. Gives me life. I love the pastries. Literally drove across town looking for cookies earlier. Oh, well, okay. So I apologize for any weight that people put on because of this kit. I definitely put on weight with this kit. Sorry, not sorry. You can join me. Okay, so yeah, that is part of the Sweet Art kit. You're going to want the sticker book, especially if you like the minis. That isn't the only big change. There's a couple of other changes in there too. I will run over those next time. But yeah, that's Sweet Art. So it's going to be such an amazing kit. I've been watching how people use the digital kits lately, and wow. Like, I cannot believe the creativity out there. It's just incredible. You're all incredible. thank you for using our products for your creativity, because like, wow. Somebody mentioned earlier about I can't even believe that you can see that. Can you really see? You can too. I haven't set it up yet because I'm waiting for the punch. I've gotten a friend from the States to order me a punch. And because I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff from that I had from Wild and stuff sent over. So that's going to arrive. Once that arrives, I want to do maybe it'll be a Zoom, so it's a bit less pressure on me, but like a Zoom where once a month, everybody who's got the memory decks can sort of make one with the latest kit. So yeah, I'm thinking that'd be a fun thing to do. I need more fun. Okay. What have I got next? Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance because I've been pulling some really late nights lately to get Notable and like PA to get them going. So unfortunately, there's no show and tell today, which sucks because there is so much amazing stuff out there right now. And this is the thing, right? We Michael and I sat down and discussed strategy for Instagram and previews and all that sort of stuff. And I said, people are submitting some of the most amazing stuff we've ever seen. And I would when I get the chance, I chuck it into stories on Instagram, but I would love to feature that elsewhere. So yeah, that's why we're changing how we work on Instagram. That's why we're changing the way the previews work through the website. Come to think of it, it will definitely be a blog post, which we will then, because that's the easiest way to sort of manage it without pages and pages and stuff like that. Which melody is that on the table behind you? It's probably, it's the secure. I love pink. Oh, you're back.
I'm back. It sounds like
I'm trying to move over because there's nothing to grip onto the floor. I'm just like moving on the spot.
It sounded like you were wrapping up.
I was trying to wrap up. Yeah. So that is the Sakura, because one of the reasons why is I love the dots on the, squished. I love the dots on the inside of it. I love the splatter. I think I'll have to do like another one with the splatter.
Yeah, the dots. Well, I was coming in because
anxiety meter, boosh. Yes.
The look of terror.
What?
Well, because I could hear you talking
about. I forgot to put
about
this into my cup.
Future melodies and things. I wondered why that was empty. I know we're going to decant on camera with a microphone right there. If anyone's into ASMR, this is probably right up your alley.
If you need to go to the toilet, now's a good time. That won't pick that up.
I reckon it will.
It's not. No, I need one of the Bluetooth the Yetis. The Yetis. I want a Yeti. It's white. It's a white microphone.
Why does the colour matter?
Aesthetics. Because white is what I do. You know how things are starting to like come together and look like really pretty? Because I'm theming stuff. Pretty.
All right then.
He's pretty. See, I even match my background. Tracy, good. I am such a bad influence. Sorry, not sorry.
That was you.
Be quiet, water bottle. Welcome back.
Thank you. Well, the reason I was coming back was because we have spoken a little bit about. So we once a quarter, ideally, sit down and we map out what we're going to do for the next 6 months.
Yeah. Before we do that, we're coming up to Q&A time, so feel free to send through your messages and we will answer them once we get past this. Because of the delay, it's easier if they start writing now. Okay, continue.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been talking about our future release schedule and what's coming up. And Sam has, for a long time, been...
nagging?
I would not say nagging. I would say...
You would. You so would.
See what I have to put up with?
You love me.
Sam has, for a long time, been advocating for a bit of change in our the items that we sell alongside Melody. and even the format of the melody and how that all works. So,
Yes, I have.
yes. So while we can't announce exactly what we are doing yet, I'm pretty sure that you'll put a page up in the group, and we can, sort of gauge people's relative interests and things. No,
a poll or a...
Well, like a suggestion box, a bit like the suggestion box for...
We do have a suggestion box.
Oh, we do. So in the suggestion box, if there's something you're particularly passionate about that you think would be a really great product featuring Planet Anonymous art,
chuck it in the suggestion
chuck
box.
it in the suggestion box, because now is the time, because we are actively sampling a few different things with a view to having, what did we say? It was going to be May pre-sale? Was it May?
No. I thought April?
It's on the whiteboard.
Hold on.
I think it might have been April.
I think it was late April, early May.
That's right. There was one in May and one in July. As in that's when it's out.
So you can't look it up. This is the problem with whiteboards. It's in your room.
It's in my room.
I can't see it.
Where we used to stream from.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
don't worry, the melodies aren't going anywhere. They're evolving.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and just because if we make a change to this one doesn't mean we're not going to do the current melody.
Correct.
We might just be changing things up as we go
And think about... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all right. You go.
I was going to say, and think about the things that go with the melody as well. So we've kind of been, for the last long while, 3 years, I think, been putting in notepads and dividers and
pins and charms,
those kind of things.
I mean, the charms will probably stay because they're...
as the accessories. We've now and that's purely been because of how restricted we've been on where our supply sources are. Yeah. We've got a few more options now in terms of being able to get our hands on items. Yeah. Sometimes our minimum order quantities might not work, but we'll try to work through that where we can. But essentially, we think there's an opportunity to get a different set of little bits and pieces to go with the melodies.
Play with more things.
So if you've got suggestions there, Sam's already got a lot of ideas, of course. I can see the wheels turning already right now. Yes, so if you've got any ideas or something you're really passionate about, I really wish that I had an X to go with my melody, then this is the time to let it be known and we can add it into our consideration. Yeah. But that's exciting news. It's going to be something new coming out soon. Yeah. We talked broadly about themes, and it's going to be something,
exciting,
pretty. And was it going to be pink?
Potentially. It's funny because a lot of people like not a lot of people, but we kept people saying, "Oh, you do a lot of pink." I mean, pink is one of my pink and yellow are my favorite colors. But pink sells really well. Whenever we don't do a kit that has pink in it, it generally doesn't do as well as our pink kits. I mean, there are exceptions to that rules. Books and Botanicals. Yes. Country Cottage. Yes. So it's either pinks, purples and blues that tend to do really, really well. Whenever I deviate from that, they don't tend to go as well. Yeah. And I think so I do realize when I go on a really big pink blitz, because it's really hard for me not to go on a pink blitz because I want all, if it was up to me,
Exhibit A.
If it was up to me, I would have pink every month. Which is funny because as a kid, I hated the colour.
What's a stamped die cut? I've seen two people talk about it. What is a stamped die cut?
Stamped die cuts. Oh, are you talking about the actual die plates? Stamp dies. Yeah, so what a lot of, it's more on the craftier side. Right here.
All right. I mean, is it one of those things like a hole punch that punches out of shape? No. Of course not. That would show that I know something that I don't.
They're magnets.
We're waiting for Sam. She's going to show us something. What do you got? Are you stuck back there?
So one of these, like a stamp, a die plate. Yeah, that's what they want. Yeah.
What do you use that for?
So, this one makes a little envelope. This is one of my favorites. So you need
That's all right. Just explain it.
You need
using
like
words.
this, like a Big Shot, like it goes through a machine which like presses it down, and it cuts out the paper the same shape as your stamps.
Like the machines in parks where you squish pennies through.
Kind of, yeah, exactly,
Alright,
yeah.
You should have just said the penny thing.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I rolled over them. No. So a lot of people want that because then it's like the exact size to match the plate, and it's actually like a lot of fun. I haven't pulled mine out in ages because my one of my base plates curved, and I'm finding it really hard to use it.
Did you squeeze it through one of the machines that the pennies go in? That's the wrong
apparently,
choice.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, a lot of people would love that. Yeah, so that's something that a lot of people want, and I do have a contact for those too.
You got a contact for everything, lady.
I try to. Yeah, so yes. For the Big Shot Plus, yes, absolutely. And like I completely understand why, because they're like, especially if you're a stamper or a crafter, and that would also push us out to an extra range of people as well, because it's more on the crafting side. A lot of planners who don't do the deco side of things don't have a Big Shot, but the on the other side they do. On the crafting side they do. It's because I sort of am in between both. But yeah. Okay, so I'm seeing so many recommendations coming through.
So thanks.
That's huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
More washi tapes. What else?
Well, I guess.
Sorry, I just want to read this. I don't like pink or animal print ever, but I love Secure and Fierce. That's awesome. And it's funny because, like, I say to my stylist team, like, don't ever say that you like something when you don't. And Ashley from Mashable messages me and she's like, Sam, this kit just isn't me. I really, like, it isn't me. I said, is there something in the kit that you like? Like, could you talk about there's something? And she's like, oh, well, I actually really, like this part of it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Anyway, and then almost always she comes back to me like a week later and she goes, okay, so I fell in love with the kit again and I've used it more than my other kits. And from her perspective, like, and I find this myself, she finds it actually freeing to get a kit that she thinks she doesn't like.
Because you don't feel like you're going to keep it. You just use it. Exactly.
And then she goes, I've made more with this and it's actually been a lot of fun. So that's one of the things. Does that make sense, right? Because you don't go, oh, I need to save it, so you use it, and then you actually get more joy out of it. Anyway, this is one of the things I have been looking at.
Yeah, I guess the exciting thing is that we're saying there's going to be a whole bunch of different accessories in with that Melody release. We're likely as well to offer this as a pre-order. That's what we're doing, right?
Yes.
So it'll be a pre-order.
Sorry, I was just reading. That was
which will mean if you buy during the pre-order window, you'll get a bit of a saving, and then there'll be a couple of think about it like what are they called? The people who Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Think about it like one of those. So there'll be a pre-order window, there'll be an early bird, and then there'll be the regular pre-order, and then there'll be just buy it once it's out kind of pricing structure.
Yeah.
So if you get in early, you'll get a saving.
And we'll do like a bundle sort of thing where you can get everything.
A bit like Northern Lights, because I think that helped people get everything in the cart.
Did we do a bundle for Northern Lights?
We did,
yeah. And also, like, we did a bundle for Christmas years ago.
Yes, we did.
And a lot of people have said to me after, I wish you'd do Christmas as another bundle.
Yeah. But the benefit of a pre-order means that there's less stress for you guys ordering it and worrying you're going to miss out.
Yep.
There's less stress on us worrying that we've ordered too many and we're not going to sell them and we're going to have to
stock them forever.
Sell our souls to keep everything going. So there's a few benefits to that. Obviously, the downside is it takes a little bit longer to get to you, but we're experiencing that anyway. So
That's right. And
just one of those things.
But the other thing is too, like, I think the planner community is very different in the fact that we're used to pre-ordering. We're also used to things being custom made for us, so we don't mind an additional weight.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, like, especially the like some of the smaller shops where they don't bulk order like we do, like for say our kits, they make it all like how we used to, like cutting and stuff like that. So there's that time to wait for that sort of thing, and they're not, we're quite used to having lead times. I just wanted to bring up some of these comments. I, for ages, tried to create a disc The problem is I use hearts. Happy Planner use hearts. So that's not a possibility. The PA can't be cut out because that doesn't work on a disc because of the way the discs are cut.
Yeah, the disc would collapse.
Yeah. And you can get discs relatively cheaply from a lot of places. So it's something that I feel like we would potentially lose money on.
Yeah, we've priced discs and we can't work out how to make. It's the same
How
as
to not lose money on it.
it's the same as a physical planner, and the problem is weight. We can't work out how to ship it and not lose money.
Yeah,
because it's heavy and it's so expensive to ship.
Yeah, and well, not only that, but the additional complication with the planner is everybody's got their own layouts that they like. Everybody's got, it's so hard and so much pressure to do that we're potentially having something sit there for ages. And I have had an idea of more of a neutral sort of planner, but then I'm like, will people actually buy it? And I think that's where the pre-order comes in handy because we can gauge that interest.
Well, there's that thing that we might be able to do with Amazon.
Yeah,
it's not as good. Different. It's not as good quality as what we would normally do. No, I was
thinking of something different. We have a discussion coming up. It was different. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's something else. That's something else.
Sam's warning me. She's just had an idea.
No. I've had this for ages. It's in our boards. Right. Yeah. But you're talking about something else, which is awesome, which is something that we're not meant to be talking about yet because we don't want to overload me just as I feel like I'm catching up.
No, it's not for you. I could do that.
No, you couldn't.
Oh, it hurts.
Anywho,
you meanie. We're supposed to be building each other up.
I am building you up, but design isn't your forte, honey. I was actually bragging about you the other night last night to my friend, saying how you were learning to do all the video stuff, and how that's awesome because it's taking some stress off me, so I can do some other stuff. Hey!
I could make a book. Watch me. I'm going to make a book. I'm going to list it as Michael's Books on Amazon. No, that'll be too generic. Michael's Great Books. Nobody will have had that. Everybody needs another book from a white dude. I was thinking.
So Tegan has asked, can you add better descriptions on your phone cases? As I have a Samsung S10 Plus 5G, which is larger than the S10 Plus. I'll pass that along.
We can.
Here you
go. I'll get to it. With the phone cases and those kind of things, we're restricted to the items that our suppliers offer. So a lot of the times we're using their descriptions because their descriptions are safe to use, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we also don't want to oversell what it can do, and they're taking the lowest options, I guess.
Yeah. Just on this, because this was obviously when we were talking about the dyes, I'm slowly going back through the comments. Dyes could be additional per month with the kits. That's something I have looked at. The problem is we have high minimums, like our suppliers have high minimums. And if we only have like 10% of people who would want to purchase that, we wouldn't make the minimums. And then we'd still end up losing cash on that. That's, we have explored that for many years, haven't we? Different options and things. Yeah. Yay for pre-orders. Yes. Maybe more neutral colors on the melodies. I'm loving all these. I will also go back through.
Those notebooks are good. I've got some more designed, but I don't have any options for thicker paper. What? I do. I've had them since Christmas.
Yeah,
but they're in for discussion.
I'm on team thicker paper.
I don't have a supplier for that.
I do.
Oh, okay, good. There you go. Problem solved. Problem solved. Problem solved. We've got the problem solved. It's one of the kids' shows.
Bob the Builder, can we fix it?
I don't think it was Bob the Builder.
It's not, else. But that's what came to my head. Notable merch wall art. Yes, that is something that was on the short list, but we didn't get time to do it.
That was something I was going to design for Mother's Day, but I've just been told I can't design, so...
You can design, but when it comes to doing a book, it's very different.
If you see notable merch wall art, then it'll be stuff that I've done.
So
For now, anyway, until somebody gets upset with me and does it properly.
Well, I have a specific set of skills, okay? That's one of your favorite quotes.
I'm a generalist.
Mm-hmm.
I do everything badly.
So one of the things...
See, that's why I'm a triathlete. I do three things badly.
One of the things... Who's derailing who today?
Sorry.
We're both doing it, actually. One of the things with notable merch art, I'm looking for... So none of our suppliers have wallpaper. And I have had several requests come through for wallpaper. We have one for wall decals, but they don't actually cut them out. So you would have to cut them yourself.
Just an open question. How many of the requests for wallpaper came from yourself?
Several. I'm honest. I want to do that back wall in this.
What's wrong with the beige?
And I also want to paint this white because when I put my lights up, it's going to glow.
Amazing.
Anyway, oh, look. So, Laurie, we are working on it. See, Shalina gets it. Sammy, your office is looking so good. The lighting and the focus and all of the things. So much cuteness. Awesome. See? Appreciated by my people. Oh, hold on. My computer just did the thing.
Sam scrolls past like 100 comments at once.
Yeah. Oh, not sure if you answered this question. If I subscribe now, which kit will I get? If you subscribe right this very moment, you'll get Dream Chaser. If you subscribe later today, you will get Sweetheart.
How's that happening today? Okay then?
Today or tomorrow? What do you want?
Tomorrow would be better.
Okay. If you subscribe today...
Dream Chaser.
Dream Chaser. And this is our today and tomorrow.
Well, everyone's today and tomorrow. That's a relative term.
It is. And if you subscribe tomorrow...
Unless you watch this YouTube on replay tomorrow, in which case it's
it
not
could
tomorrow.
Be, it could be a month prior. Or
yes.
A year prior. Yeah, so if you want Dream Chaser, do it now. If you want to start with Sweetheart, wait until tomorrow. Wait 24 hours. There we go.
There you go.
Yes to more notepads. I'm cool with the paper, but flexible.
Yeah. I like that paper.
Yeah, the paper was really nice. And that's one of the things, like, I'm super picky with...
You just bagged it out. So it's too thin. Can't have both ways. In the notepads.
No, because... So, notepads is that. The notebooks. I
think Katie was talking about the notebooks.
Oh, she might have been.
The leather-bound ones, weren't you, Katie? Katie's got my back.
But the thicker ones mean that you can, like, do more with them. And you can use our pretty pens and they don't bleed through. I can't use my pretty pens in it.
It's because you write with a firm touch.
No, it's because some pens bleed more than other pens. I'm going to give Michael an education after this live on different pens that crafters and planners use and how they bleed through.
I never got my pen license out of pencils.
Me either. It took me 17 times to get my sewing license at school.
I got that first time.
Apparently I've got a lead foot.
Aced it.
Yeah, it's because your mum is like sewing extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like that lady that went to jail, but she didn't go to jail. What was her name? Martha Stewart.
Your mum's like that lady who went to jail but didn't go to jail.
My mum didn't go to jail.
No, but it was like, whoa.
But she's handy and crafty and all that stuff.
She's very handy and crafty. She taught me how to sew. I'm cutting to order at the moment. Yeah, so yeah, Denise is a small shop and yeah, so there's a lot that cut to order. More envelopes. I'm in love with the envelopes. I love them too. Oh, and you don't need to post your message several times. If you actually do that, you may, especially if you're copying and pasting, there's a good chance that the YouTube spam bot will pick you up and you'll get booted from the from our lives, and you might end up blocked on YouTube. So it just takes a while for us to get through. There's a delay, and we answer questions. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are helping Tegan out with the phone cases and covers. I've made that mistake myself. So
everyone wants the Michael's Great Books.
I want to see a Michael book.
Ye of little faith.
I'm not saying it wouldn't sell. I'm just saying that there's a lot of stuff that when you design with trims and cuts and spacing, that there's a lot of stuff that needs to go into it to make sure. Anyway, there you go. You need to start your Michael's Great Books website.
I'm doing it.
Once you catch up on everything else.
I'm doing it.
Awesome. Good. Can you put PA in the discs? No, because unless it's etched, like you couldn't cut that out.
Oh, you could have it like a laser engraving. But
You could have it as a laser engraving. Yeah. Handbags. Ooh.
We have some magnificent
I do want to do a
totes designed. They were just hideously expensive.
Yeah, they were. The PA bags that I did, the wrap bags.
Oh no, the
totes.
I was thinking
Notable.
the totes in Notable.
Yeah, okay.
But the wrap bags were good.
Yeah, the wrap bags were good.
Some people received them as we messed up with customer service stuff, and they got a wrap bag as a thank you for patience.
Yeah.
But it's. Do you have one here?
I was trying to find one. There's one in the front.
I'm on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember which one's down there. It might be either the Galaxy or the Sunflower. Grab the Sunflower if there's both. So these bags I designed, they're based on, I love Japanese culture. So they were based on a furoshiki, this might really terrible, I just cactus the pronunciation, bags in Japan, and I love the flexibility of them because, as you know, I like to be able to change my mind all the time. Hey, here it is. So this is one of the bags that I designed, and basically all it is
it's a large square of fabric.
It's a large square of fabric, and you can tie it up in a whole bunch of different ways, and then it's got this and it's like thick fabric, so it's not gonna.
Yeah, it's almost it's two. I feel like it's two pieces of fabric together. No,
yeah.
It's one piece. It's just bonded. Yeah. It's one piece.
Okay.
This is just a hem.
Yeah, right. And then it's got the strap, and you can sort of do it. The only problem is they were quite expensive. Like, they were the same price as the planners, weren't they?
Yeah, a little bit more expensive actually.
Because of the strap. Because the strap is
the same material as the planners.
Material.
But we got a small run of them.
Yeah.
And we handed them out when I messed up terribly.
I love mine. That's mine. Needs a wash. But yeah, that's one of the bags that I did a while ago now. I haven't done one in a while. So the floral stickers that you can put on the walls, I'm not sure if this came through before I said earlier, but we can do wall decals through Notable, but they're not cut, they're not trimmed. It's like a square. So I can put some florals on it, but you would have to cut them out, which I don't see as a bad thing. It's a little bit painful, but it still means that we could do that. I have put the question in to ask if they will cut around, but I haven't heard an answer back, which I'm guessing is a no.
That would be a no.
That would be a no. I'd love your disc to say PA in them and then hearts. Yeah, it's really, it's hard because once you start doing, I'm sure Happy Planner would have like a trademark on the discs with the hearts or something.
We would get a knock on the door from their lawyers.
Yeah.
Toot sweet.
And I respect them far too much to do that. So we just figured out Blue's Clues. We didn't get into Blue's Clues here, did we? You guys are so funny and normal people.
Thanks, Laurie.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just who we are. And this is what we say to people. Like, if you want to come and get to know us, like, come into the lives, and you can meet the people, the crazy people behind PA.
I'm not crazy. Okay, maybe a little bit.
Will PA? This is a really good question. Will Dream Chaser and future kits be added to Notable merch eventually? Absolutely. Absolutely.
I have a really official plan sitting over there on 2 pieces of A4 that I've used my Sharpie on.
Yeah. Michael's a very analog person when it comes to making plans. So he's like whiteboards and papers. And I'm like, if it can't beep at me, it's not going to happen.
It's really weird how that happens because you're the person with all of the
planner stuff. Yeah, because that's my stress relief.
Yeah, you mostly do it on the computer.
No, well, that's different. so I have my to-do list and all that on my computer, and then I have I'm getting a daily planner ready. I don't know if you should show that.
It'll be all right.
Okay. Don't spill your Red Bull.
I'm not going to.
And then, so my planner is like my stress relief, which is why it's so pretty and all that sort of stuff.
I'm going to drink my Red Bull.
Good. Katie did mean notebooks.
I knew it.
She was on your side.
Yeah. See, so Sam plans like,
That's because I lose pieces of paper, except if it's in my planner. That's why I love my planner.
I go with this sort of stuff.
Yeah. In my defense, it's very hard to read your writing sometimes.
What are you talking about? It's easy. And then we just cross it off as we go.
Mm-hmm.
Then you know you've done something.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, yes, we do have a huge plan for Notable. Yeah. Hang fabric on a frame. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. So we are looking at, there's like canvases and framed pictures and what are they? They're called like the fabric that sort of hangs from the wall tapestry. No,
tapestries.
It's not a tapestry.
It's a tapestry like in a castle.
No, I know that, but like they call it something else.
You'd be walking through your castle and you've got tapestry over there and you've got the stained glass window there. Lovely suit of armour.
Suit of armour.
I saw somebody ask about unskipping. So the way that the billing system works is if you unskip it, so if you skip it before the first and then after the first you unskip, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
If it's just a cash flow thing and you need to not pay until the 3rd or the 4th or whatever, please just drop me a note. If it's one of those things where there'll be money in your account on the 1st and therefore the system would draw it, but you're trying to keep that money for something else, but you really want to stay subscribed, let me know because I can adjust your billing date on an as-needs basis.
Preferably not every month though, because that would add a lot of extra work for you.
Yeah. But if you need to, I can adjust that billing date for you so that, by a couple of days so that you stay subscribed and don't miss out on a kit.
Yeah.
However, if you don't have money in the account on the 1st, our system will try by default a total of 6 times. It'll try immediately the next day and then every second day after that until it's reached 6 times. And at that point, it treats you as a non-subscriber.
Yeah.
But it will give a couple of different attempts before it does that.
Yeah. And I guess Holly's question is related to that. So we're going to change our sub to what we want for Sweetheart, right?
Yes. If you've already been billed for Dream Chase, you don't need to worry about it. You just need to change it to what you need for Sweetheart.
Yeah. Yeah, if we were able to sell. So this is the thing, like we order just enough for the kits, so then we would not have a full kit, which would then, and also they're all packed as kits.
Yeah.
To order separately, it would, way it's now changed, it would be chaos.
Yeah, but even when it was here, it's kind of, for every little item that's a different item that's sold on the website, we have to have a separate spot for it to sit in our, previously it was in this room, now it's in the warehouse, so it just adds complexity in terms of how we store items. So we could do it, but it would be at a big premium. So the stamps that we've got on the site at the moment are going to be the last of the stamps that we've got available for sale separately.
Separates, yeah. Unless we decide to do a stamp set as a run with a separate release.
Yeah, like a Christmas release or something.
Yeah. Charmaine, I'm thinking of handbags made out of the Melody. Yeah, so this strap here is made out of it. I know what you mean, like a full-on handbag. We would have to find a different supplier because the supplier we use it would be ridiculously expensive. Yeah.
Louis Vuitton sells handbags for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, we're not Louis
Vuitton. They just have LV on them.
Yeah, we're not Louis Vuitton. I know, with that attitude, you're never going to be, but also...
They just
we're not yet.
They're just brown with LV.
I know.
It's boring.
But some people love it. Planner, pencil... That is a tongue twister. Planner, pencil, pouches. Case.
Planner, pencil, pouches. What's the big deal? Planner, pencil, pouches. That's a great idea, and we do have something coming to Notable.
Yes. Yeah.
In them.
Yeah. And custom so that nobody can steal your pen case.
That's right. You can write a little sassy comment and say, "Hands off my pen, Sam. You pressed too hard."
Coordinated envelopes to store the kit.
It's a good idea.
It is.
Why didn't you think of that? Keep scrolling.
You know what I need? You know what I need is an overlay, one of those beep where it like goes off air for a second.
Yeah, slap me with it. Something.
Yeah, so that was so people have said that that's the only fabric that they've seen, because there is a fabric on Notable. That's the only one we have access to. Unfortunately, the suppliers and it's quite expensive through the suppliers as well that we use, because they only have one option and that's it.
So I was looking. I found a place that will make comforter and or a duvet cover. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, I know it's a big sheet of fabric, but people are looking for, so they can make it into a quilt, like what your mum does.
No, I know that.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I mean, I know they're kind of expensive, but the pillow would be good for that.
True. While you're getting that, I'm going to bring this up. So stickers to go on the disc. I looked at this. I experimented with this a lot, to the point where I even put some of them in, and I'm having trouble getting the stickers out to change them over, because that is something that I did look at. Yeah, this pillow is insanely nice.
So this
cushion.
Yeah,
it's not a cotton.
This isn't a cotton. I thought it was cotton.
So
this has a little bit of stretch in it.
This is
polyester.
Yeah. Yeah.
Serves me right for not reading the description, doesn't it?
What were we saying before about people not reading the description, and we don't do it either.
I acknowledged I don't read the description.
I know, so did I.
I'm just like, oh, pretty. Now I can't zip it back up.
Daily planner sheets. That's coming as a printable. That's coming as a printable. Quilts, yes, that is also coming. There's a technical thing that we're trying to overcome this week with that, because of the size of it, and they have certain artwork limit sizes, which makes it really hard to do big products like that. I'm going to put this up because I think you need to see it. Michael was great helping me when my card was stolen and I had to get a new one, and it didn't have it in time. Yeah. Okay, awesome. That would be so much help. We are retired, so we have to wait till set. So that would be
good. Please send me a note through the website so I remember to do it and I get the right person.
Could you change that on every month? That's something offline. So I'm sure that he'll. Diana, if you could contact Michael, and we can work it out. Yeah. Pancakes. Okay, I think I'm all the way down. I think it's polyester because of the sub printing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
That's it. That's all the questions. We had a lot today. It's been a big live. We've had a lot of people on. Considering that we're like on in a different time, and we're not. Every time I think about it, I'm like, same bat time, same bat channel.
All right, Adam West.
It's been fun. I feel like I got some deadline stuff done yesterday. Notable's out. I feel like I'm slowly making some traction again. I'm feeling a bit more positive.
I'm going to make a book and a bookstore. It's going to be grand.
Yeah. So we are. Oh, there was a light bulb. What happened?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
I'm going to tell my people who supported my bookstore. I know who they are. I can email them all.
Anywho. It's been so much fun hanging out with you all. I am starving. You were right.
I was right.
I get to the point where... No, because it's when I get to the end, I actually realise that my body is telling me things like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom, and hey, you need food, and hey, you need a coffee. Oh, yes. So, thank you, Holly. I saw that thing and I meant to come back to it. Digital kit, Northern Lights. Yeah, I've just got to check through that. The same with... There's a couple of other digital kits that I need to check over and then package them all up and do the product description and all that sort of stuff. So I did say last week that it would be early this week. So yes, early this week. Because I did say, remember I was going to say it at the end of last week and you're like, are you sure? Because we've got Notable.
I did say that.
Or was that the week before?
That was the week before.
Is that why you look at me like, time warp?
Yep. And they say time travel is not possible.
Oh, I do it frequently. I'm on the time knife. For those people who watch The Good Place. Have you still not watched The Good Place? That is an amazing show. You need to watch The Good Place. It's awesome. Time Knife. I've seen it. It's awesome. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out with us. We try and answer, the reason why these go so long is we try and answer as much as we can. We love hanging out with you all, getting your feedback. Make sure to go into the group, tell other people to, put some suggestions in that suggestion box, because I do frequently go through there. It is part of the pinned, featured, whatever up the top. Share some sneaks in there if you want of the kit. Thank you all so much, and we will see you next week, but on the day before.
Sunday or Monday, depending on where you live.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a great week, and see you later.
Bye.
Bye.